What it do, surprise Shawty crew, and hey my Daizee love. I pray that this video is going to find you well today. Happy Thursday. I think it's Thursday. Pray you've been having a good day. I'm going to be quick with both of these, but I did want to share. So something that I'm noticing is, like, my dreams are only thrown a certain way if I'm making progress. And I think I said that on the live, and it took me time to understand that. Like, I don't even dream crazy stuff like that unless I am going in the right direction. And so part of the conversation we were having yesterday on the live is like, nobody is God. Like, not your spouse, not your parents, no matter who it is, like, nobody is God. But it's another thing to make sure, especially us as dreamers and those who see in the spirit and stuff, when we can hear in the spirit, but specifically your dreams, our dreams do not hold more weight than what God himself says, but thus saith the Lord. So if he is saying, this is your spouse, if he is showing you that, he is confirming it in one way, maybe in dreams, but we also know that the enemy likes to come in and try to deceive us through dreams. So that is one of the tactics. Like, it'd be like, as soon as I'm so sure of something, I have this breakthrough, I'm so happy, I'm so content, and then I dream something and it's like, what? But that's why it's so important to have resolve and to be standing on the word of God, the word that God has gave you, consider when it comes to a matter or a certain situation or circumstance. Okay, now I've had a lot of wonkiness going on in my dreams, but there are certain things that I want to share with you all. Let's start with this morning. This morning, I heard in the spirit, you were born to win. That is indeed true. That's facts. But I was listening to the songs, but we know that's what God, or I heard the song playing, but we know that's what God wants for us. That is true. But it was like he let me hear him say that before I had time to even think about the dream that I had, right? Now, the dream that I had was not given that. The dream was given loser. The dream was given heartbreak. I even felt it a little bit in the dream. And so I was so grateful that when I woke up, God met me with like, no, that's a lie. You were born to win, right? But when you're not in that place to where you know that you can hear him, you're going to be misled, deceived by a dream. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what was happening in the dream. I keep having dreams that I kind of don't even want to share what they are because it's just not true. But I keep having dreams and it's leaving me with like bad taste in my mouth. With like, nah, I'm not interested in going through that again. And so when you feel like that, that'll make you remove yourself out of your position. And if I'm being honest, like that's usually what happens. Like, that's usually how the enemy get me. But this is why this is important. Within the dream, the person who told me the bad news, and even in the dream, I didn't know, like, where'd you even get that from? Because that's not what's going on in real life, right? But they said it so matter-of-factly, right? The person who told me the bad news, his name was Trey. And my nephew Trey was also in my dream. And I was like, why was my dream full of Treys? Like, you get what I'm saying? Which we know means three in Spanish. The enemy is betting on the fact that this same tactic, this same pitfall you keep falling in, that you fell in, like in a grand scheme of things, that it's going to work for a third time. But God said the third time is the charm. You will not be deceived in that same manner. Your spouse will not be deceived in that same manner. Whether it be dream deception, which I've been having that like all week. And it's like, nah, I fell for that once before. Once I kind of had figured that out, it's like, nah, I ain't falling for that again. You get what I'm saying? But whether it be dream deception, whether it be lust, whether it be believing the liar accusation about the other said partner in the spirit realm, and now you're making decisions in the physical based off of those accusations and lies that the enemy has sent you via spiritually. Do you get what I'm saying? So the enemy is counting on that working. I'll be the first to tell y'all, with however many days left in the year, that's not finna happen. It's not going down like that. I'm not falling in that same pitfall. Neither is he. That's why I said to cover your spouse. You need to cover yourself. But I'm finding oftentimes I be thinking like, oh, I'm praying this for him. No, it be me. It be me. And when I woke up this morning, forget the devil was on me heavier than usual. And I've had to do certain things so that I don't, I got to be mindful of how I am and how I be slipping up. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to put some stuff in place to where I ain't just going to easily fall into nothing. And I understood why I was feeling that, because I saw what was sent, but I didn't see it until hours after the fact. Okay. So I want to leave y'all with that. The enemy is betting on it working for the third time, but that's a lie. God says you're born to win. You're going to win this time because the third time is the charm. Okay. Boom. But another dream I had this week, which was really crazy, And remember in the community post, I just told y'all, you're expecting, right? And so in my mind, I'm like, God, who pregnant? Because when he's saying expecting, I'm like, who is pregnant? But that's not what he meant. He was reminding me that I was expecting, right? So act like it. Don't be out here maneuvering and doing stuff like you're not carrying a whole marriage promise between you and this man, okay? Reminder number 1. But the dream. In the dream this week, I was pregnant and I was running to who we would argue is a counterfeit, right? And I was like, I'm pregnant and you the daddy. But even in a dream, I was like, when did I sleep with him? Like, I was so confused. Even in a dream, like, that don't even make sense, right? And that is a trick for some of you. And I fell for that this summer. And I need you to understand this. And I need you to be listening to words that are for you. Running with words that are for you. You can know full blown, full well, like, I am carrying a marriage promise, right? And it'd be hard for you to really believe that you're carrying the person that God said you were carrying the marriage promise for. And so in moments of frustration, in moments of difficulty, in moments of God, I don't see nothing. Like, you get what I'm saying? When you doubting, and now you think, well, no, I know God been prepping me for marriage, and maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I didn't hear him correctly. And maybe all this really is in me, because it is in you, but it's for somebody else. And then you go over there, that's somebody else, and it's like, what is happening? Which is what happened in the dream. So it's kind of like he let me see it played out. Like, I'm over here like, you the daddy, and then I'm in this relationship with this man, and it's like, oh my gosh, he don't even see me. He don't even treat me right. Because you didn't want to have patience and let God continue to prune and develop you with your spouse who you already know you carrying the marriage promise for. Does that make sense? So don't fall for that. And again, I fell for that this summer. I cannot afford to keep falling. I personally cannot keep falling into the same pitfalls. I can't do it. I can't go to 2024 knowing I'm still not up on spiritual game. Okay. So you are expecting, and you know who the baby daddy is. Stop playing. Okay. So that's another trick. All right. Because then you'll find yourself in a situation like me, where now you've lost what you were carrying. And I've done that a number of times to not feel the need to do it anymore. Okay, y'all remember that dream I told you about? Like, somebody was like begging to get in the house, and then I let him in the house. It was a counterfeit, and then I was no longer pregnant. My baby was gone, and I was heartbroken. I've experienced that enough times for all of us, I feel like. Please learn from my mistakes. You are expecting. What the enemy is showing you in a dream, it's a lie. Anything the enemy shows you in a dream, it's a lie. Even if it's half true and half false, it's a lie. So just like the dream where I knew I was pregnant, but it was like, yeah, you pregnant, but that's not my baby daddy. Like, why am I running this man telling him that I'm pregnant and he the daddy? No, you're not. You're not the daddy. Like, you weren't even around. You get what I'm saying? And then, be mindful. So the other things that he was hitting on in the dreams was, it was people that were for that other person being the daddy. And it was like, and these are people who know, like, that is not my baby daddy. That's not who I'm supposed to be getting married to. But they were all for it. They're putting in this effort, this energy to help and support us being together, right? But it's like, this is not who God has for me. You got to be aware of that. It don't matter who that person is in your life. You got to stand on what God is saying. The other dream where it was full of people with the name Trey, and it was like the third time I was about to get got by some baloney in the spirit realm, and I'm not getting got this time. In that dream, I was not driving my car, and I was being manipulated by a friend. And I was asking God, like, I thought that was my dog. Like, why am I seeing it as her? But that comes back to the carnality versus jealousy thing. My jealous friend was in the back seat. I'm being very honest with y'all. My jealous friend was in the back seat, right? Because I already know what's up, and I'm just trying to get you out the car at this point. But what was manipulating me now wasn't the jealous friend. It was the friend who in her carnality was worried about me. And it's easy for them to believe what maybe happened in the past would happen again. And if you let that lead your life, if you let that manipulate and coerce and dictate your decisions, you will not be with your spouse. At some point, the only thing that matters truly has to be God. Whether we're talking about you're not going to be with your spouse and it's Jesus, or you're not going to be with your spouse and it is your human male spouse, ladies. Okay? So I just want to share that with you, because I know what I've been on, but I'm like, maybe somebody else needs that. Maybe you need to add an encouragement, because I know I woke up like, forget all that you're talking about, and I'm not finna fall up over in there again. I've done it enough, and I don't want to lose my baby this time. I don't want to lose my baby ever again, if I'm being honest with y'all. Okay? So I pray this helps. God bless you. See you in the next few uploads.